Welcome to the Partner IT On Demand video series. My name is Kevin Schaefer, and I'm a consultant with Partner IT. Partner IT's core business revolves around creating strong partnerships with our customers. One way we establish a strong relationship is by sharing knowledge of common questions that customers ask and provide tips on best practices in the industry. Today's tip is based on feedback from a couple of our customers. Many of our customers have implemented service requests with conditional questions. The requests are configured in a manner where the questions and responses are concatenated, and the results are then pushed to the notes field. The objective of this tip is to illustrate how, through configuration, we can achieve that the notes field will only display the questions and responses of the questions answered, making the notes field more readable to the end user. An assumption for this tip is that you have an overall understanding of how service requests are created. Let's begin by reviewing the current state. As you can see here, I've already created a couple of service requests. I'm going to click Request Now, and you're going to see I have one condition here, conditional question. It's create account, modify account, and delete account. And based on the selection, I have different questions appear. So create account, ask for login name and account to copy. Modify, ask for current name and new name. For this example, I'm going to change the name from Schaefer to Blake. I will hit submit. As you can see, request 18 was just created. Let's go take a look at what request 18 shows in the fulfillment record. So from the fulfillment record, you can now see that the notes field is very confusing. It's hard to differentiate if this is a create account, modify account, or a delete account request without really looking hard to identify this is what the request is for. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just get the information passed of the questions that we answered? Let's take a look at the second request that I created. So I request now, and you'll notice that this looks very similar to the first request. Create account, modify account, and delete account. And again, based on what I select, I have different questions. So I'm going to do two requests here so that you can see this work. Schaefer K, and I'm going to copy Schaefer K. It's going to be one request. And then the second request I'm going to do is a modify account. Again, we'll do Blake as the new name that we'll change to. So I have a couple more requests that were created, 19 and 20. So let's go take a look at the fulfillment record. As I pull up the fulfillment record, you will notice now that the notes field has been reformatted to just pass the questions that were answered. So I only see create account. I don't see all of the modify account, delete account questions with blank answers. I'll show you what it looks like on the second request I created, just to show you that it's working as intended. Again, you can see only the modify account questions were passed. So let's talk about how did we accomplish this. So for current state, in our service request definition, we had created multiple conditions with questions under it. Then on the SR field mapping, we had mapped the notes field to the questions and responses. If I hit the edit button, this is what an example of what it looked like of passing all that information. The end result of this service request was this unuser-friendly version of the notes on the incident form. So how did we get the desired state? So the main difference is you'll notice that the questions are very similar, except that I'm now adding a hidden question for every question that I create. So I have a hidden question, and then my default response is the label name that I want to show up in the text. When I'm done, you will see that I have a hidden question for every one of the original questions. It has a hidden attribute over here selected, and then the label name and the default response. You'll also notice I came up with a naming convention of CA for create account, MA for modify account. This was just to make it easier for me when I do my SR field mapping. Now when I go to the SR field mapping, the big difference is I use the hidden value, which is now my label, and then this is my response. If this value is blank, the remedy service request will suppress this automatically, which created our desired state of having just the answers appear in the notes field. This wraps up our quick tips, tricks, and quick wins video. Hopefully you have found this helpful. Please come back as we continually update our on-demand videos of other helpful resources. And of course, if you have other suggestions or questions for future videos, please contact us at info@partneritsm.com or simply give us a call at 888-380-8899. Thank you for watching.